introduce myself. My name is Darren Palmer. I've met most of you. Recently met Mouse. Okay. So a little bit of backstory about me. I'm originally from Maryland. Moved here in 2015. Nothing to do with planets at all until I got a house in 2020. That's when I started like kind of building my interest in general house plants. And then 2021 is when I started getting into Begonia very hardcore. Because I just generally like them. I was getting a quick intro, so. Yeah, and so from there, I kind of joined the society, where that led me to this. It's a very short time. And if you don't mind, Janelle, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, I have had. You need her to go up there.
You don't have to, but if you want to.
Everybody, but now she is president of the COABS Society. Yeah, so I've met her a couple of times at they have great shows. But anyway, I do grow quite a few cactuses, but I have begonias. My grandmother gave me one. Gosh, 40 years ago maybe. She had a little porch out in Virginia, and she had a beefsteak, and she had lucerne. And I still have remnants of those today, and then I kind of got into it from there and have probably way too many. So I have in my basement, I have fertilizers, I have a crawl space, a bush crawl space that I put lights up in that actually worked out really well. Well, I had a couple of my big cactuses, and I had a big red Fred, and I had a big immense, like in the garage, so they look okay. And my husband, a couple weeks ago, decided to leave the garage door open. No. And I didn't know he had even opened it, and
he didn't decide to. That makes it sound super intentional. It was an accident.
It was an accident.
But she obviously is upset.
My neighbor called and said, "Did you leave?" And this is like, it was when it was the real cold, and I go out, and he said, "You know, your garage door's open." I'm like, "Oh," and I go out there, and I have a little thermometer. I have a like oil heater to kind of keep it like, 50, 55, and it was down to 25, and my hands and my red Fred or toast.
How long was it open for?
About 4 or 5 hours. So a lot of my begonias, so I cut them back. I thought, now cactuses seem like they're okay.
Some of them, if they were pretty well established,
Yeah.
they might come back.
Yeah, so those didn't seem to get terrible, but the begonias are my big guys. So come back, I'm gonna see if maybe they'll kind of come back and we'll go from there. But I was kind of crushed because my favorites, I just didn't have room to put them anywhere else, so I have them there. I had never done that before, and they were actually doing okay until the little accident, so.
It's unfortunate,
Here we are.
I would go the 3rd, 4th, 5th room to the house.
I was thinking down there, maybe let's just blow this back window out.
Who needs a backyard?
Well, you just need to get one of those nicer greenhouses with the heather in it.
Yeah, a big one too, not just like a little,
Not the vinyl one.
Yeah.
so.
Elizabeth.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm the co-founder of this branch, and was the president for the past 2 years, and now I'm the treasurer. What else am I supposed to say?
It's just a general intro. It's a new year.
Yeah.
That's what I've been collecting begonias for, I don't know, 5-ish years. And I moved back here from Texas, where I was a member of the Austin area American Begonia Society branch. That was kind of my, I went to a few meetings before I got shut down for COVID. So when I moved here, I wanted to start a branch here. So eventually I got synced up with some grad students at OSU who were just starting one too, so that's how it formed. But they've all graduated and moved on, so I don't think any of them are around here.
Fair enough. And Sequoia.
Hello. I'm Sequoia Bostic. I'm an illustrator, but have a huge interest in plants. And I personally don't do a lot of Begonia stuff, but I have been watching him work and it's been pretty interesting. So I like coming here.
All right, so that is the chair, I guess, is what we're gonna call it, because I don't know the actual word. I'll just work on it.
Wait, chair?
The people who have positions.
Oh, those are officers.
Officers, there you go. That's what I was
Chairs
thinking.
are the chairs of committees. So like if we have a sales committee or something like that.
Okay, no, that's right, okay. So just, Sequoia's gonna write down what's here. If, actually, can I get a sheet of paper? So I'm updating the email list. With that, I'm going to do like a contact group on Gmail so that we can better manage the people who are active members versus not. And if you would like to update your email or write down additional contact info like phone number, you can. You don't have to, but I just need a record of everybody that's here, and she's going to put it on here. Because right now, I created a document for every meeting, so that we can go to each meeting and see, I can quickly like pull up who was there, what we talked about, and stuff like that. I can also send it to everybody else as needed. It is available to all of the officers on the Google Drive. Speaking of the Google Drive, okay, cool. These books are still available on the Google Drive. What's your name?
Printed that out?
Yeah, I got my job book. So I printed out the Begonia book by Mark Tibbett. One of the Begonia section books that was written back in 98. And then there's another one for the Asian species. So those are available on our Google Drive as well as the American Begonia Society Google Drive. And then personally, I print out the new research papers for Begonias. So if you would like to browse through any of those, feel free. And we're going to come back to this later, but these are some of the plants I received last year and the challenge plan from last year. As well as this. Does anybody not have a bipennifida?
I've killed every single
I have a
one.
scrabble one that's just coming back now.
Mine made it, I got one at,
It propagates pretty easily from just like partial piece of leaf.
Yeah, no, I have one, but they have, we went to Baker's Acres earlier, and they had these in the terrarium section for $3.99.
Wait, they're open? I thought they weren't opening till like.
Oh, sorry, Baker's Acres, Bakery Plant. Yeah, we also went to Baker's Acres, but, because they showed us around the propagation area, which I emailed them so we can set up a visit once they start doing stuff. All right, so whenever that comes back, Sequoia will input the information, but we can start with the treasurer's report.
Yep. You can scroll down, I did put notes in there if people want to follow along visually. So our current bank account is $356, but subtract 100 for that for the donation of Fort Worth, which isn't cash yet. So really, we only have about $250 in our bank account right now. And then just to review our income, our profit and loss basically from last year, we had $386 in income, $95 for some membership dues, $291 from our plant sales donations that Janelle and I did. Then we had about $778 in expenses, about 100 in office supplies, and plant supplies. Plant supplies was for like our bubble holes for our building supplies and our challenge plants. So challenge plants was like 110, so that was the bulk of that. 275 for rental fees, which 250 is our 250 for Franklin Park to have our meetings here, plus 25 for our vendor fee for one of our sales. $40 for food and meetings. I think that was like an officer meeting we had at the beginning of the year. 175 in donations, so that was 125 for the previous year's plant cuttings that we got from the Fort Worth Begonia Bank, and then $50 to the Begonian holiday thing where we're all supposed to donate, and then $2 in like bank Zelle fees. So generally for like kind of bare bones kind of basic gear, we need about $650, $700 to kind of keep doing what we do. I guess any questions so far on any of that from anyone?
What are your yearly dues?
$10 per person. I don't think we collected dues from everyone last year, but that's what we collected, so.
Yes, so that is something that we will go over today. So I'll, if you would be able to lead that now.
Okay.
We can get to that.
We can go over that now, but I wanted to talk about the spring fundraiser stuff, but we can go back to that.
What is everybody who's putting their name on this list, if you have the $10, do you just want to pay it today, or?
You can take checks or PayPal or Zelle, I can pay it today.
Do Zelle and checks and
Not
cash.
I can do checks. Sorry, it's not Zelle, it's the other one.
I know we have business though, I can Venmo to me personally, but
I got checks.
cash or checks, you can make it out to Central Ohio American Begonia Society.
Yeah, I won't flash it, I do checks.
So to keep track of, because I was.
I'll put it in an Excel for you, but we just need to get it, like, basically.
Okay, so,
Yeah, I think we wanted to do renewal at the beginning of the year.
yeah,
That's.
We didn't reach a conclusion, I think like, if someone joins like during the second half end of the year, do they still pay the whole $10, or do we kind of prorate it, or?
I don't think there's much of a point in prorating $10.
Yeah.
But we can give them credit for the next year.
Yeah, if it's like the last meeting of the year, there's like not much, I was gonna say like, well, it's kind of in the last meeting of the year is when we distribute the Fort Worth cutting, so like, that's kind of worth $10 there, so we might as well just charge that, whereas for some reason, we just have our last meeting of the year, so kind of not, the maybe the next year for free, so. Okay, so if everyone, check on what Janelle and I, because checks and cash will go to me to deposit, or if you need to Zelle or Venmo, right, that's good. I think we've got Zelle on our bank, yeah, we got Zelle on our Huntington account, but just check on with Janelle so she can mark you as paid. Okay, all right, I guess that's that.
Okay.
I can go into spring fundraising.
Yeah.
Okay, so I started to do some research on that because the Chadwick Arboretum sale people sent us an email, like a vendor application. So we sold with them 2 years ago. That was our first big sale. And then this past year, Janella and I had sold up plants at this monthly kind of plant pop-up sale that's local. The Chadwick So the first year we were kind of considered this OSU student group, so they didn't charge us fees because most of our officers were OSU grad students at the time. So I think we maybe could still get on as a OSU student group and not pay fees, but then if they find out, it's kind of like we have to play really dumb, you know? So that's, I think the sale dates are Thursday, May 9th through Saturday, May 11th. So it's a 3-day thing. Again, I believe that's Mother's Day weekend, it usually is. We go to set up that Thursday afternoon, and that Thursday at 4 is when they have their members only like preview sale till 8. And then we gotta be to 6 on Friday, and then 9 to 3 on Saturday.
So
So it is a 3-day commitment. We need probably at least like 2 people volunteers manning our table the whole time, or like, you know, each days. And they need to know if we're gonna be a part of it by the end of February, so like a couple days after our February meeting, so we have another month to kind of decide. The pro is we do not have to handle money. They do like one big checkout at the end. Beforehand, they issue us like special tags that we put in all our plants that are like, well, that's another thing, like in March, we're gonna have to send them a list of like, here's the number of plants we have at these price points, so we're gonna need price tags. Like, we're gonna need 50 tags that are for $10 plants, 20 for 15, you know, whatever. So they're gonna get those tags pre-printed and sent to us, and then we just put those in our pots, whatever, like, oh, this is a $10 plant, this is a 15. So then people, when they take them all to the checkout with their plants from the other vendors, they just pull out all those price tags and add them up. And like, there's like barcodes, so they know which group that money goes to for the plant. So we get a big check, and they charge sales tax and all that. So that's good. We don't actually have to physically handle any kind of money payments, but then we also have to like wait like a month or something to get. It takes a couple weeks or a month for them to add it all up and issue you a check, or I think it's like an ACH, like a direct deposit. So that's that. If we, why is this not opening? I'm trying to, it's giving me the preview of the guidelines for the vendors. If for some reason they find out we're not really a student group, then I think they're going to charge us 20% of our sales. So that's one thing to consider. The other option is what's now being called the Greater Ohio Market, which is the name of the pop-up that we did a couple times this past year. Looks like right now in winter they're having it at a place up in Worthington, but I think in spring, summer they're going to be back at the Indoor Gardens outdoor lot.
Yeah.
And it's only a $25 vendor fee. We just bring our own tables and tents. We handle all our transactions, which, you know, we usually just do like cash or Venmo or Zelle. And that we only have to like confirm with them like a month in advance if we're doing it or so. And I already tentatively told them like we're interested in maybe April or May sale.
I think April, they're still doing it in Worthington and Sidewalk.
Probably wait to May,
Yeah.
just so we have enough time
She's
getting
already
plans.
kind of looking up, she had more people, I'm still a group that,
Okay.
and they're pretty much almost booked.
Yeah.
For April.
So I mean, we'll probably just want to soon tell her like maybe for May, be like,
Yeah.
maybe we get someone in May.
Yeah.
The only thing is, they'll hopefully know the date by then. We just don't know. But that's only like one day. It's usually like a Saturday, after like late morning, afternoon. And then like if we have a significant amount of left, I mean, we do sell Chadwick Arboretum, another one, like huge number of people that come there. It's more a lot like outdoor gardening plants. But I mean, that's when we had the Harmony Begonias for sale, so people were interested in, we did sell I mean, almost all of them. Whereas this Greater Ohio Plant Market is kind of more of a house plant, kind of rare plant sale, but it seems to be growing and more people coming, so. What's that?
Has Tatiana got hold of you? Know what to do?
No, because I know they have some kind of a
Maybe some tips or something, I don't know.
file out or whatever.
Well, Tatiana's handling the Cactus Club
So
sale.
she is, okay.
Yeah, she volunteered to be the vendor coordinator, because we're now in the Edwards building. So we've got,
Okay,
we've got a bigger building, so we're offering a table, a full table. And it's gonna be like half your membership, and then half of whatever fundraising, selling, vendor, whatever you want. She'll contact people.
wait, are you talking about for just
For the April Cactus
For a
Club sale.
vendor sales, for how much, so I charge like 20% of their sales or something?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that'll be, well, we're inviting the clubs back, but because we have a bigger building,
We
we're
can
gonna
bring
let,
plants now.
you can bring plants now this time and sell
Okay.
them. And,
Oh, wait, so you're giving a discount to plant societies?
No.
Or just groups?
well, remember how last year we had like half.
Right, the info
The
table.
info tables, well, now you'll have a whole table, and you'll be able to have your info,
Okay,
and then the rest of the table will have, I'm assuming Begonia, because you're Begonia Society, but you can have either yourself, like your member sales, or you can have a vendor that represents you sell.
okay,
And we'll take our usual 20% off of that,
okay.
but there's no table fees, we handle all the cash, all that type of stuff.
We should probably do that.
But she'll be contacting you all.
Okay.
And I wrote down your society's web, email, and she said because she knows both of you,
Yeah.
so. Because I know Dennis is gonna be representing the Orchid Club,
Okay.
and I think African Violet's gonna be Elizabeth. Yeah, it's gonna be her, as long as I spent
Is,
everything.
so it's still at the.
It's still the Franklin County Fairgrounds. We're in the bigger building that sat right next to them last year.
Okay.
And that's April 22nd or 27th,
Okay.
and setup will be the 26th. So we'll have
So it's the same place as last year, but it's the
the
bigger building that was where the terrarium or whatever.
Yeah, where the axolotl and feeder stuff was.
You said the April 22nd?
April 27th.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's the date. Pretty sure it'll be 10 to 4 again, tentative right now. And then we have set up that day in early in the morning where you can set up that Friday. We advise setting up Friday. That way if there's any weird stuff, you're there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tatiana's handling all of that stuff, so she'll be getting in touch with all of you.
Okay, that's great.
If there's somebody specific, I'll let her know, but I think,
Yeah, I know, but, yeah.
yeah, so just poke her
Okay.
a little bit. If you don't hear from her in like, I'd say like a week and a half, poke her.
Okay.
Cause,
Usually pretty good at getting that.
yeah,
So we got 3 options for sales, or you do a combination. And then I did reach out to Harmony Begonias to see their price list for this year, and they're under new ownership now. So, I mean, part of it was like last year, we didn't order because Baker's Egg Groups was saying like the plants were coming in small, and like you have to grow them out, and it wasn't doing so well, and like, it was basically just like, they had hit some growing pains because Begonias and other houseplants just got really big during COVID, I think, and their orders increased, and the owners were already kind of getting ready to retire, so they didn't really invest in expanding. So now the new owner, he's kind of expanded with more employees, so they're keeping up with the proper dating and everything. Of course, like everything else over the past couple of years, their prices have increased. And they do have an online. So he did send me their wholesale price list. So initially it was like we needed a resales tax certificate, which we don't have, but he was like, well, the other way, if you don't have that, is I can sell you with wholesale prices, but you're gonna have to pay like Florida state tax on it, which is 7%. So we can do that, and then additionally, I did reach out to Nick Baker at Baker's Acres about freight costs, and he said, because that's how we got them last time, he said he's getting his first truck in from Florida next weekend. So I'm gonna circle back to see, and then from that, he would be able to kind of see what the freight, which is like based on fuel, cost is running, and then so he can kind of give me an estimate. He charges like, for us, he was just like charging per plant. So 2 years ago, when fuel prices were really high because the Ukraine war was broken out, it was like $5 per plant. So in hindsight, it would have been better us for just to order more of the larger plants instead of like the small 4-inch because we charge the same amount. So I got to see on that. I'm hoping it's closer to $4 or maybe even $3 per plant. And then the Harmony guy said they can ship like USPS. I mean, they would just individually wrap them, and then rough shipping estimates for that is 50% of the wholesale cost per plant. So that could work out. That would be cheaper. I mean, depending on what for at least like smaller plants. So yeah, he just said to kind of give him an idea of what we're ordering soonest, which in the next month, just to make sure they're gonna have it or they can start propagating it. If you want to scroll down, I did copy and paste their wholesale price list, and I kind of, so 2 years ago, the 4-inch pots of Rex, the basic Rex begonias were $1.80 each, so they did go up by over 50%. The 6-inch pots of Rexes were $3.75, so I think those went up by $2. 6-inch pots of Rhizomatous hanging baskets were $3.80. Yeah, so the hanging baskets kind of doubled. Rhizomatous hanging baskets were $3.80. And then the large 8-inch Rex Begonia hanging baskets we got in the past were $7, and now they're $12.50. One thing I just say the same, if you, one more page that got cut off, their angel wing premiums are still $10. 6-inch pots, and those are still, I did clarify, those are still 3 stems, 3 plugs per pot. So if we really wanted to, we could, if we got those in a couple weeks in advance, split those up into like each stem in its own little 4-inch pot, so we could get 3 plants out of it.
So is the,
So
what are the quantities? Or is it
that's, that's how many, like, is the minimum order like per case, or I don't know if it's the total amount he has available, right? I think it's amount. I read it as the amount that came in like a case. Because I think if you scroll up a bit, or maybe it's just their total availability. Maybe it is. But that does seem kind of low. That's just their availability right now. I mean, maybe that was just for this week. So I can clarify. I just assume, yeah, I guess I need to get back and ask them about if there's case sizes, because I know for angel wings, it was 12 per case or something times 10 each. So there's that. The other expenses like boxes, whether it's freight or shipped, it's like they charge you for the boxes, which is like now $6 a box. So I think it's still doable. I do have my template where I worked out all this stuff for our sales 2 years ago. So I have like all the, so once I can kind of find out the freight fees, I can kind of work up, you know, a sample order to see what the cost is going to be, and then like with our kind of theoretical sale price, and then how much we're going to profit, you know.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think we kind of need to set like up a sales fundraising committee for this year, which I was gonna nominate myself to be a part of, but I'd like a co-chair as well. To kind of work through, do this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, so,
And then we kind of like decide next meeting, which hopefully we'll have more information and we can make a decision next meeting, which way we're going forward.
okay.
Like I could present, you know, like the 1 or 2 options, budgets kind of thing.
Well, with that, I do, so, urban planning Cleveland, they're willing to let us use their wholesale.
Okay.
So we can do whatever we need at cost.
And that was with, through Harmony or through
They-
whatever, they have multiple?
They already have their own people, but they said that they're willing to go through Harmony as well.
Okay.
So like, they aren't expecting any compensation or anything, just, because I've been working with them for a while, so.
Can you get like priceless?
Yeah, he said he's gonna get back to me.
Okay. And then also like, you know, clarify if there's any freight or taxes we would have to pay. Because they're likely wholesaling from Florida too, and there's,
Well, I don't remember what the exact amount, it should be in the email, what the respective amounts are. But I don't remember if he put it in there. But he said he's gonna give us a full list next week.
okay.
Um,
We'll check that out, yeah, just to see what our options are and kind of working out the, because I had a whole spreadsheet from last time, so I can just kind of copy that and just reuse the formulas in there. It's kind of like figuring out order numbers and then our pricing and then like how much we're gonna theoretically profit, you know.
Did we track the, what we got last time?
The profit.
No, like.
Oh, the orders? You know, got the Harmony invoice right here
From last time?
from 2 years ago. And there was another vendor in Cincinnati that we got some tuberous begonias and gryphons, but those didn't really sell very well.
Okay. Yeah, because that's the other thing, just as like, we like begonias a lot, but most people don't really know about the various kinds, so there's no point in having rare begonias there.
Yeah, I mean, when we've done the pop-up, I mean, that gets more rare plant collectors and we can sell some of the rare terrarium stuff, I mean, especially if it's a gulated species, like along a lot of feral, you know, they like those, and some other, and some other those, and then I think just like good looking angel wing type cane begonias do well there too. And then at Chadwick, when we had the Harmony, big, like, which was like a lot of Rexamized Omitis and some angel wings, I mean, those all sold
Well, I
out.
know too, at the last cactus sale, a few people had some dragay begonias
Yeah.
and stuff, and those seem like they went.
Oh, yeah.
You guys get a big turnout there,
Bill,
big turnout.
yeah, so
Yeah.
most of the begonias come from either Bill Hendricks or, Glass House Works, but I don't know if we're gonna have Glass House Works, anything Glass House Works.
Yeah, so cactus and Harmony a good middle ground that people are kind of
I would say
into.
middle ground.
Yeah, between like the Chadwick sale, which is more just kind of like suburban outdoor gardener people than the rare plant, whatever pop-up sale.
Yeah, because they're not gonna come looking for begonias, which is why they usually sell out pretty quick, because it's the succulent begonias that they have. But there's also enough people there that have mixed interests.
Yeah.
That they're gonna know, like, they're gonna know what they're buying for the most part, if they see a begonia, they've got a mixed interest. Because if they're already buying weird cactuses, they're gonna buy weird everything else.
Yeah, because a lot of those people that like, yeah, they have the cactus succulent interest, but they probably also have some other.
Yeah, well, like,
Plant,
any
whatever.
carnivorous stuff, and, I mean, none of us have just cactus.
So you were talking about Glassworks.
Glass House Works.
Glass House Works, that's the one in Stewart, Ohio.
Yeah,
I know they used to have lots of begonias, I don't know if they still do.
they do. The problem with that is that the guy who runs Glass House Works, Ken, he's had poor health the past several years. And I know he used to come up here in like November, October, and give presentations and sell stuff at one of our meetings. Well, because of COVID and his poor health and stuff, he's pretty much isolated, stuck there. And the people that help run the business, also are longtime employees, very long-time employees. And I'm not quite sure, like, I know they don't really do in-person sales anymore.
Yeah, because I actually went there way
Yeah.
back, because I think somebody else that owned it.
Yeah, there was two of them, yeah, and,
Yeah,
yeah,
and then after that, I saw where you really couldn't, you could order online, but you
Yeah.
could go down and purchase.
yes, yeah, we still have, like, one of our members, Bruce, is still like in pretty much close ties with Ken down there, so I have to start cooking Bruce. But the last time I went and was able to have a tour, his daughter had to handle all the business. And the last time I saw him, he was pretty much saying, yeah, I'm not really gonna be leaving around, we're not really gonna be having people, it's just too risky for any of us here to get sick.
Yeah.
And like, what are you supposed to say to that?
Yeah.
So, and I've been hearing that their online services are a little bit more delayed because they're not like, they're propagating per order.
Okay.
So like, if you order something, it's gonna take,
I heard it was like that, or you get cuttings or something.
yeah, you
like
get
that.
cuttings or something like that. So they've really, really cut down. And as far as I know,
My green
it's,
obsession should buy out their stuff.
everybody should just go to.
They were like, here, have a closing sale. But
Yeah, I mean, when I got to tour the place and go into his greenhouses, there was at least 1 to 2 greenhouses where I was much skinnier back then, and I could not get through there because it was just, like, he knew everything that was in there, but I don't think anybody else did.
Yeah.
And I don't think his children or anyone else in that area is
Kind of interested.
is keeping it up, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's just gonna kind of slowly fade. But you're right, he does have a lot of begonias and stuff. And the last time I saw him in person up here, which was before COVID, they were getting more and more into the terrarium things because apparently poison dart frogs became a thing down there in Athens and Stewart's and with the college kids, and he was pandering to them. But it would be worth, like, if you wanted to, it would be worth maybe asking, but it would be, like, I would say, hey, I gave you Bruce's name, and have Bruce asks when he asks about our stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it'd be worth it. He does have stuff that no one else is gonna have in the world, because he's got stuff that's from 80, 90, whatever years old, that he just can't. I mean, he has things where he's like, I've got a Ripsalis from him, and it says, Ripsalis, collected in Madagascar. Very pendulum.
I did prove them my green obsession. If you're following them on Facebook, I saw they've been closed for the holidays in January, but the husband and wife, they went to Florida the past couple weeks for some plant shows and sales, and they've stocked up. Supposedly, they're uploading stuff, reopening their online store today, so they're gonna have a big.
Well, remember they were talking about because of
The cost of the.
Heating the greenhouse.
yeah, that they were gonna maybe. close
Yeah, they had
off.
a sale at the end of December, like 50-75% off, I guess, on the, like, the aeroids and stuff, so they've already kind of, but they've restocked up on, like, orchids and terrarium plants. Supposedly, they're uploading, like, the web store's been closed. If you tried to go on there the past few weeks, everything says out of stock. Supposedly, they're uploading today. It may not be till tomorrow, but That's just a side note, if anyone was interested to.
Yeah, I didn't know if they had even, because, they had quite a few of the begonias that they're getting out of them.
Yeah, I think it's looking in the begonias. Anywho,
Do you know the date of the Chadwick? I was just.
yeah, that was the May 9th through 11th.
I was just trying to keep track.
And then Cactus was April 27th, so a couple weeks before, and then I don't know if they're doing those great or how pop-up markets like since Saturday of the month.
Usually it used to be the
It
first.
was like the first, second, now it's getting the later.
Or second, but.
Then they just have it yesterday, or was it last weekend?
Last weekend. Yeah,
So, I mean, I think that's still possible if we have if we do the Cactus Club sale, then we have leftover, like a significant amount of leftovers, you could, once we will pop up one of those.
So the cactus sale is one day, correct?
yes,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
And then-
recommended we go in a day early to set up.
yes.
Well, I mean, strictly speaking, sales days.
Yeah, how long, like staffing hours the day of, like how,
10 to 4.
10 to 4.
That's,
So like,
I mean, I'm assuming we haven't set the times yet, but that's what it's always been.
so kind of like 2 to 3 hour shifts having,
And we usually, we're planning on providing snacks
yeah, they actually, you guys had a bunch of food last time.
and food. We're planning on doing that again.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll be the same level, because last year we had somebody donate all that pizza. And I don't know if they're gonna donate it again this year, so.
So I guess, okay, so we're gonna look for these, and I did forward that email chain I had with the Harmony guy to the Ohio Begonias team. So it's in there, and then I did have them add Ohio Begonias at Gmail to their, I think it's a weekly price list availability. So, I don't know, I was gonna just nominate myself as chair, co-chair, sales fundraising committee. So I moved the motion,
I can help.
and I was actually going to nominate Janelle as my co-chair.
And
So
Jessica can be the third, because she's.
she can be our intern.
Yes, she can be our intern. I've got, okay. Okay.
So, I mean, we could,
What's that? I'm just taking notes.
Yeah.
she's like, no, I'm not getting involved.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, we could, okay, so if we want to formally fill our Robert's Rules of Orders, I move the motion that we form a sales fundraising committee for this year with Janelle and I being co-chairs, Jessica sort of helping out too. Any discussion on that?
Can we have a separate one for Cleveland?
A separate sale?
No, a separate, thing,
Sale?
not sale.
Fundraising sale?
Like, so, in order to do that for Cleveland, since you're down here, me and Christine can work up there and do the same thing. But I guess Christine knows.
Oh,
Basically to.
so you're gonna do, like, join a pop-up sale?
There's plenty of places we can do it there.
Okay, so, of this, I move the motion, Chanel and I, Jessica will do the sale fundraising for Columbus.
Yes.
And then we can kind of help you out with like planning. I mean, like the ordering and kind of planning that, because we might be ordering all together and then splitting it up, I don't know.
Yeah, once you get the partners.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, like, because when we did Harmony before the Chadwick, like, I think it was like, we made like $800 or something, $900, so it's like, it's hoping we just do it like once, I mean, once a year, so we don't have to do like multiple sales like we were doing last year.
Oh, I'm fine doing multiple.
Okay.
Yeah. because,
I mean, if you're already selling other stuff with your own or something, I guess.
no, I don't generally sell my plants. But I can make propagations now.
Yeah.
But this is actually stuff that I want to go over. So just, I'll wait.
Okay, so all in favor of that, raise your hand, aye. All against, nay.
Mhm.
Okay, so you record, who's all in favor? Okay, yeah, when Chanel and I were doing the small pop-ups of just our propagations, like we keep 50% on begonias for ourselves, donate 50% to the club, which, that's fine, you know, we're happy with that. I mean, none of us were making, I mean, it's like, I think we made enough money, we're like, well, that covers our propagating supply costs.
Well, the weather, the one pop.
Yeah,
was,
someone was a bust.
which
The
the
weather, you know.
inside one was, you don't have to worry about the weather.
Yeah.
Although last time, when they just had those really.
The only thing is like the outside of the weather is nice and we have a little bit more room space kind of.
Yeah.
So, and then if we sold any other of our own non-begonia plants, I mean, we just kept everything from those sales. Selling some other random stuff too. But I mean, if we can, but I mean, we can only propagate so much, or, you know, there's always something that goes wrong. You lose so that's why I'm hoping we can get orders, we can tweak, you know, a harmony order to kind of make it actually worth our while, and then also see what the urban place can give us. Okay. So I'll keep you updated on, yeah, once I get the Baker's Acres free costs estimates, and I'll kind of start working out some stuff based on that.
Yeah, I can't remember her name now. The communications manager for the ABS. Is her name S, I believe.
Sally?
Sally. Yeah, so she called me the other day. So we had a talk about, just what's going on, because she said we didn't send anything last year.
Yeah, I just kind of got bogged, I mean, just too much work stuff, and then just, I kind of slipped through the cracks of.
Yeah, so I updated on that.
And just like I was basically the only officer left that, you know, doing stuff last year, so.
Yeah, so, we're good on that. Well, I talked to her, I gave her a general overview and what we're looking to do for this year and going forward. She said, she gave me another link for some reason to their Google Drive, even though we already had that.
Yeah, that was the stuff, well, that's how we got like those books, and
Yeah.
she's sending all that stuff.
Yeah, so she sent that to me, yeah.
Okay.
So, she said that, to get to her, to obviously get back to her if we need help or anything. I don't really know what we need from them other than to like talk to them about general information. We did talk about having, other members from other society give guest talks.
Like virtually.
Yes, well, via Zoom. Because I think I don't remember the people she said she would be able to get, but also she has a Begonia named after her. I didn't know that. They just recently came out. They sell it at Steve Lee's.
Or something.
Yeah, it's a Begonia salad about.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, it's on their new our new plans page. So I had to talk with her about the general state of everything. She kind of reached out to me out of nowhere, but yeah, that was fine.
So yeah, must have sent some updated information. Did she have your contact info?
She probably went based off of what I had said on the Facebook.
Yeah.
because I guess she's on the Facebook somehow.
Oh, she reached you on Facebook?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I did send them.
Yeah, because she was like, oh, I like what you're doing with polls and the information stuff. It's been really interesting. So she invited other people to jump onto our Facebook page. So that's a thing. So
The thing with the Facebook, I tried to weed out people who live in like other countries and stuff, but I didn't get through the whole list and like, or just other random people who, I'm fine if they're out of state, but I know like they're actually in an ABS, like a different ABS, but it's like, we're just kind of getting membership requests from all over and like, you know, sometimes if you let in people from other countries, they're just there to kind of spam you.
Right.
So even though we have like 100 something whatever Facebook group members, like, I mean, I'm only a small fraction or somewhat.
Yeah.
Either actual members that come here or likely to come here.
yeah, so I did switch it so that it will be able to before new people can post or message.
Did they answer the questions, right?
Well,
No, I've had that in place.
yeah, not to answer the questions part, but it actually it sends the admins a message saying, hey, somebody new or somebody that's done it a very long time wants to post. So now we shouldn't be getting this spam stuff.
No, yeah, because I changed it where like people had to answer the questions if they're in Ohio or PBS or where they're located, what country they're located to join, and then I can approve or deny, which I still been getting. So that I just haven't gone through all the way back older people joining like trying to delete some of the
So what I'm working on now is trying to take the list of the people in the group and match those to the list of the actual paid members. So we can kind of form that into the Gmail contacts, so we can send out emails to everybody without having to figure out who's an active member, who's not an active member. Because if you can go to, pull up the contact,
Context.
I think just go down.
Yeah. So I added contacts in here, and if you go to mine, they have, I don't know if it shows it on here. So is there anyone else? Okay, well, everything's under a label, and that's how I label all the contacts. So active members, inactive members, prospective members, stuff like that. So that's how I'm looking to manage that.
That makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
We use it all the time, it's so easy.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going for. I did the same thing with the emails as well. So like there's correspondence with each individual vendor as well as Franklin Conservatory. All right, you know that. So you have any more for me?
Want me to go down to the program?
Yeah. What is that?
That's my notes.
Oh, okay. So going through this is the kind of outline of what I wanted to talk about. So, I understand this is Central Ohio, right? And I don't plan on changing that at any time soon. But I did want to, because me, Sequoia and Christine at least live in Cleveland, we wanted to expand out there for sales and getting new members and things. Since we are doing, I do plan on having every meeting streamed and then archived on YouTube so that I can go back and, we talked about something one time and I don't remember what that was. So it's like a public record of what we've done. As well as the Rockefeller greenhouse. I am a member of their volunteer.
Is that kind of like Franklin Hurt Conservatory?
It's much smaller. It's specifically
Really
greenhouse.
cool. If you ever, so think of like a regular greenhouse, like the palm house. Think of the palm house except with separate rooms.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, but much, much smaller, and pretty much all volunteers, right?
They do have city workers, because it's owned by the city.
Yeah. But it's super cool, if you ever get a chance to go visit.
And it's free too, so.
Yeah, it's free.
So,
It's like the city owned.
Yeah.
yeah, so every spring they have sale there. They invite the groups, local groups or whatever to come and sell or inform people. That's completely free. So I was going to try and see if we can get in there as well. And they also, they have like the same chair, I think they're in the name. Officer structure, as far as like what they do. So they are willing to work with us to get a Begonia program there as well. So,
Oh, like they have meeting room space?
no, like we could put Begonias in their greenhouse.
Oh.
And actually have that on display. So they
Oh,
are.
like we kind of sponsor a section, or we're kind of just work with them and like, hey.
We would work with them as well. Because they don't have the resources to get new plants, but managing plants and just watering them for the most part.
So we're just making sure they're going in the right,
Yeah.
room in the greenhouse with the right
Yeah,
temperature, water.
They do have a meeting room and stuff there. Though.
they do. They have like a much smaller classroom. But if I need to have a meeting up there for something like an off meeting, I could do that as well, because that's also free. Like all of their stuff is just free.
I mean, it potentially could be like a field trip too.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted us to like come up, we could definitely like, as long as we have enough notice, like carpool plan, like, you know, if we wanted to that way, just make it easier for people to come up. I mean, even just to do, I mean, I'd be down in or something, so.
Oh, yeah, no, that sounds great.
So let me give you another reason to go up there. So the Midwest Cactus Club Society has
They're based in Cleveland, right?
they're based in Cleveland. They have a sale, and it's a huge sale at that conservatory. But like you can easily get through it within like an hour or two, and then go hit Rockefeller, go hit a whole bunch of other places too. Because the Cleveland Conservatory is really nice too.
Yeah,
Yeah, let me see if I can get their sale dates. Because we're planning on having a potential, not table, we're gonna potentially have a field trip up there just for the sale. And one of our stops that we're gonna have is the Rockefeller.
okay.
Let's see, did they have their events posted? Oh yeah, theirs is April 6th and April 7th. Is there? No, it's at the conservatory, the Cleveland Conservatory. But like the conservatory isn't that far away from Rockefeller.
We're locking us in here, straight up, that's a lock.
Yeah, I mean,
They can't lock us.
Yeah.
yeah, you still open it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That straight sounds like they locked us in here, okay.
No,
I was
it's
like,
not.
nope.
Oh, okay. We can still get out, but we just can't get
Come
back
back,
in.
okay.
Yes, so.
Is it a one day only mouse?
It is April 6th and 7th. So there's the 2-day. And they go from,
Too much going on in April.
there's way too much stuff going on in April. It starts at 10 a.m. on the 6th. And then it starts at 12 p.m. on the 7th. I'm assuming it's the same hours as the conservatory.
Usually a 10 to 5.
Yeah, 10 to 5, noon to 5, I think is what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Now, they are cash only.
Yeah, so we will have to manage our own stuff,
Yeah,
which is perfectly fine.
yeah, and because they have a separate room for,
Oh, do they have vendors?
they
Or just-
have two rooms. And correct me if I'm wrong, if you've been there. It's like one big room is their club. And then they have a separate little room where there's other vendors that they will also take like credit cards because it's their own vending.
Okay.
But if you're in the main room, that's strictly the club and their members, and then maybe one or two other people that they guest to, but theirs is strictly all cash.
Do they have an ATM there?
Up front, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's ATM,
Just trying to get out.
2 years ago,
You're paying for, yeah, you don't pay ATM fees.
yeah, there's an ATM there, and if that one's broken, there's one across the street, but they are pricey.
Yeah.
They're pricey ATMs. But,
It's on the college campus.
yeah,
Okay, so they're gonna.
yeah. But the Rockefeller one's completely free, because that's what we did the 1 year that we went there. We went to the sale first, and then we went to a pop-up sale, and then we went to Rockefeller, and there's so much cool kind of stuff going on in Cleveland.
Yeah, there's
Well, they used to have an American Begonia Society branch up there.
yes,
Christine
Christine.
was in. I don't know what happened. Just-
yeah. So with that, that was my proposal to kind of expand a little bit and get additional people who can participate online, as well as, I don't remember her name, but the person was in Cincinnati. There was one person, there's one
We had a
person.
guy that was,
Yeah, there was a
Guys
guy.
came up, but I don't remember.
he was in Cincinnati.
Okay.
Was it the couple? Maybe not. I thought that couple was not.
They mentioned it on the Facebook page, so I never met them.
That was it. Not actually.
So like a Colum land, I'm trying to make like mixing the two, Cleveland and Columbus societies.
Klaus was our Cincinnati member. He came up
Yeah.
the year before last a few times.
Well, I already know, yes, I saw logo and stuff. I already know she's on it. I bet she already started it.
Oh, no,
Oh,
she doesn't know about that yet.
oh, okay, I was just I was
Um,
reading ahead, sorry.
no. So let's see. Oh, yeah. So my idea is also to have our own logo, so we don't have to use the ABS logo everywhere. Because I was talking to somebody about it, and they were confused about the branch structure. Because on their site, they do acknowledge branches, but most of the members are at large. Because you can be a member of the Central Ohio, but not be a member of ABS. Which I did update to remove the parts that say we'll add them for.
Yeah, I mean, it's recommended and National ABS prefers that all our members are a member, but it's not like a requirement. And initially when we set up, we're like, okay, we're gonna make sure people are signed up, we'll collect their dues and sign them up for them.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, that's just too much of a headache, just,
Yeah.
people can sign up by themselves for the national.
Yeah, that's also a separate fee, so.
Yeah.
So I removed that from the I don't know what to call it, like an intake form or something for
Yeah.
new members.
That can be totally redone.
Yeah, so, well, I already did it, yeah, it's fixed. I like, these are more so talking points, so they can start like some kind of conversation, because I'm not gonna like say, okay, we're doing this. So like, does anybody have any opinions on having our own logo versus just using ABS's logo?
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I think it's a good idea, just like recognition too, and I mean, people, when they see a logo or something, like you were saying, like, if they're just thinking, oh, American Begonia Society, like, if we're really, kind of gonna, I don't know, I think I just for a recognition standpoint, and then just like, we could use that on like all of our stuff, like we have sales and stuff, like cute little, I mean, I know I've talked to her about like trying to make her some cute little signage or something for her stuff, but.
Yeah, that's another thing, because Sequoia has expertise in making stickers and.
That's why I was like already thought when I lived up there, I was like, oh.
She's volunteering pro bono.
Yeah.
Skills, and I'm for it. I mean, I just kind of grabbed that when I was doing something, I'm like, oh, we should have I'm like, oh, I'll just grab this ABS logo and use it.
Yeah, because up in Cleveland, super big in stickers. Like, everybody has stickers. Stickers. In Cleveland?
Stairs.
Stickers.
Stickers, okay.
I heard stairs too, and I was like, I
No.
Yeah, yes, there's here.
Yeah. Yeah, so like, whatever kind of product you have some kind of sticker or something you can put somewhere or give out for $1 or free or whatever.
Or Salamat even, yeah, stuff
Yeah,
like a lot of people
so-
sell those little stickers for their laptops and cups.
So like my idea with that is in addition to the plans, you can do stickers as well.
We could also, well, one of the ideas I had long ago was like, oh, like get some enamel pins designed with different begonia leaves and sell those. But then I was like, I don't have the time to look at this.
She was literally looking into it now.
You can do some quick designs, I mean, you know, I think.
Yeah.
We can always, I don't know if you have to assemble them, but if you need help assembling anything, like not the stickers, but the pins or whatever, I don't know.
Putting them on a little
Or just come
cardboard.
already, or,
Crackers.
yeah, but if you need help with any of that kind of stuff, I like that kind of stuff. Yeah, wouldn't that be cute on our cups? Little sticker cup.
There you go. Yeah, so it's more about, what I'm going for this year is more about recognition, so people will know that there's a
Right.
side of it all.
Yeah, awareness and,
Yeah,
totally,
so that's that.
makes sense.
And then next I would like to do, okay, so how does everybody feel about field trips? Like field trips are good.
Yeah,
Do you prefer to have them on meeting days or not on meeting days?
I think it depends on what field trip it is.
Well, I mean, most of them will be essentially.
I mean, I feel like we've paid $250 for this, for 9 meetings, I feel
Well,
like
no,
we should.
it's in addition.
Yeah, okay, in addition, I mean, okay, I mean, I think having an annual visit to the germplasm center is easy and doable, and I think, you know, people like going. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we need like an annual tour of Baker's Acres or whatever.
Review plans.
Tour really.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very few going, so.
Well, they are he's putting in a couple of new greenhouses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I mean, and like, I know the other like neighborhoods say sometimes it's not always all whatever their specific plant's about. I mean,
Yeah.
you do. Most of us grow other things, so we're interested.
Yeah, there could be.
And he did hybridize and register his own begonia bed.
Okay, so
So he knows some begonia stuff.
personally, I don't like how it looks. It's too bright.
No, it's just for like hanging. It's like a hanging basket.
It's a commercial,
So it's not a.
Yeah, so, which, speaking of the
I just don't
talk,
want to go there on the weekend. It's crazy.
well,
But I don't know if I can go on a weekday.
then
Fall, winter.
that's something we can discuss at a later time, but my idea was to have, more field trips in addition to just these meetings.
That's a good idea because that can be.
yeah, because some people might not want to come to just like the meeting, but they might want to do like the more
Yeah.
hands-on stuff, the more like fun, whatever. And then also I think doing it not just on Sundays, because I don't know, for me, Sundays are like a rest day, and I kind of sometimes I'm just like trying to get ready for the week. So like a meeting like this, but I think a field trip, something like that, I probably enjoy more like on a Saturday, but
Yeah.
that's just preference.
Yeah.
So if we are doing field trips, just I think make sure it's only like currently active paying members that are
Yes,
invited. Because we did have an issue, our first, when we went to Baker's Acres a little over a year ago, we opened it up and like for anyone on Facebook, so there were a couple randoms that came and supposedly one of them stole an anthurium seedling and then left when we had.
Oh, Okay, noted.
So only current, like, so, like, don't, I mean, you can like say, hey,
So maybe we
so
should.
just be careful announcing it like on Facebook or public, you know, make sure it's kind of just like a members only, like, hey.
Well,
Yeah.
announce it on the Facebook page, but say that'll be for paying members only if you want to join.
And details will be sent to paying members.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah, I mean, you
idea.
can have
That
that
will-
comment and
that
the
will,
details,
not-
should be, you
What's
know.
the word? Entice people to join.
Yeah, so, I'm going to, well, that's one of the reasons I had the contacts thing going, so that we can easily send out emails to people for events. And, how am I doing on time?
It is 4:48.
All right, so, but yeah, so, that's more perks. I am going to get the information information from you for, the Fort Worth people, so we can start talking to them for the end of the year?
Oh, like doing a presentation?
No, like the
Plan.
Oh wait, you need the contact information for you or?
well, I don't know what their email is. So
Yeah, I have their, although they haven't answered my email, I sent a couple weeks ago. But yeah, I do have that, I can just kind of copy and forward that into the Ohio Begonia's email.
Yeah, so there was that. I plan on getting into contact with my unit session, as well as in search of
Search of small things.
small things. Because she apparently works with the ADS.
Yeah, she's been an officer of the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, yeah, what is? Okay.
Yeah, which I don't know, I think she was like the founder of it, I don't know if she's still an officer or not, but I mean, she's probably at least involved in that.
Okay. Because the idea would be to work with her specifically, because they do have ADS specific plans, that they, give with the orders.
Yep.
So I wanted to find out more about that whenever she starts again. Because right now, I guess she's on break or something.
I think you can still email her, but.
Yeah. Okay, that's more field trips. So I'm also trying to develop new relationships with other, vendors and, just.
Yeah, the
people in
vendor things
plant.
is hard, there's just not a lot, I mean, cause that's what we went through the past kind of 2 years, and like, they're mostly like in Florida, and they have to figure out the freight or shipping.
Yeah.
Cause like, we kind of explored, I think all of Ohio options, and then Sally's is like, oh, this place out in New York, we get them from, but I checked with them, and like, they only ship to like a tri-state area.
Okay.
So, yeah, I gotta see if Harmony works out with their new pricing and the freight shipping to see if that's still makes sense, or we just turn our housing and apartments into propagation farms.
I mean, I am actually, gonna sell a bunch of my plants, so I have more space for Begonias now, because, they got out of hand for a while.
Yeah, so you finally admitted.
Whatever. All right, and then you can close off that one. And if anybody has any ideas for how you would like to go about getting new members or any promotional things you can do, floor is open. Also, my email is always there.
I was gonna share it more on Facebook in the plant groups, but then I realized it's mostly just a boring business meeting. I'm like, I'll invite them, maybe next time we have some better exciting programming and things, and then. But yeah, I think just sharing the meetings, reminders, kind of consistently in some of the other central or the greater Ohio plant, house plant, whatever road plant groups.
Yeah, we got you listed now on the Cactus Club calendar.
Yeah.
So we got you listed.
And
We had to the link changed, so you fell off for a while. So we got the new link on now.
I just made that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, with that, that reminds me that, on the 12th of next month, I'm doing a talk about begonias, with the, Gardens of Greater Cleveland. So I'll be trying to spread the word there as well.
There's, so I'm the VP of the Groveport Garden Club. And they, Groveport's about 25 minutes southeast of here. It's between here and Lancaster. They belong to some big national thing. Anyways, let me talk to the president of there and get their national association thing.
So that maybe like send out, invite the Orchid Society members and the African Violet Society members, because there's probably
Yeah,
crossover there.
there's, the African Violet people would definitely be interested, they're pretty crossover. Orchid folks will be crossover. Cactus, believe it or not, is too, because we have a lot of, all of our epiphytics, the majority of our epiphytics are tropicals.
Yeah.
Subtropical.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah,
It's like one of the places.
yeah, I'm trying to think of what it is. If you get a hold, I'll get you, Lacey's information and see about promoting through there.
You kind of, and you want just want general ideas for like programming activities to do at our meetings.
Whatever.
I mean, I think the propagation, demonstration, hands-on is always
Yeah.
a good one to do annually, especially if we maybe do it like 1 or 2 meetings before we get cuttings from Fort Worth, so then people know what to do with them. I think our building a bubble terrarium, that seemed popular, we can do that again.
The only problem with that one, you need to find a different kind of bulb. Because the bulb actually blocks a lot of light.
Really, mine have a lot
Mine died, but hers, they're all starting to turn yellow from the lack of light.
Oh, mine are turning yellow from too much light, because it's like right under it, like.
Oh, well, okay. Because like, it, during my experiments, it actually blocks UV light. So that's blocking a lot of the not far red, but the blue light as well. And that's causing an issue for the plants that are in there. But I mean, there's still a lot, they're just not doing.
I think you get like these bigger ones, like you have to buy big cases of them off Amazon, but I don't know if that's like the same kind of plastic or not. Like, even the Fort Worth, they keep their rares in bubbles in their greenhouses like that.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it works very well. It's just those specific ones have that unique coating on it or whatever.
Oh, that's probably different than the other one. You see the tree? Oh,
Sorry, I heard the noise and thought it was a plane, and then he's like trained, and then literally it's right there.
I mean, there was another terrarium building I was thinking, because I have these 2 big ass 20-gallon terrariums that I wanted to convert to like vertical terrariums. And I've been looking up how to make that front like door panel cheaply, and I figured it out, but I was like, oh, I don't want to, I could do a demonstration for class, but I'm like, carrying one of those 20-gallon terrarium empty is kind of heavy, and then like once I get it filled with something I'm like, well, maybe I can find a cheap or free 10-gallon one to demonstrate on. So that's something I could do.
What about, soil mixes, general care stuff? Cause I know, we kind of, like this year, we've got like an arc, so we have somebody coming in to teach us some bonsai stuff. And then we've got Andy's propagation, he's one of the big propagation thing for us. And then we're gonna have like, a thing on soils and weird containers. So we have this like thing going through the month, like here's how you learn how to grow it from seed, and you take your cuttings, and then here's some containery stuff in your soil mixes for when they have their roots and your time to transfer it over. And then, oh look, here's some really strange things you can turn into pots. We kind of have that theme going on this year.
Yeah, I did do a seed presentation last year,
But that's always interesting because it gets people engaged with
just trying to think like, okay, like annually, we can just plan on always having this meeting, like a propagation of this, but then I don't know, just see, people are gonna get bored with the seed making.
What about, do you have anybody that's really good about species identification or?
Well, that's what I tried to start, is like, okay, everyone sign up for a meeting to give like a short 10-15-minute presentation on like a specific species, just like a little book report kind of thing on like a species or a region where we're going,
How about indoor growing stuff? Like, do you ever do anything or like taking pictures of where people grow their plants. We just had that for our January one. We had people
It's
submit.
near Janelle's house.
Yeah, well, we had people send in photos and like short little videos, and we put them all into a slide presentation, and then people talked about them. That was really cool. I mean, we had people that were like, this is my work, and this is the windowsill at work, and look at all my plants, and
You're like, here's where we work on my computer,
yeah.
2 square feet, and then everything else.
That's literally what it was for a couple of our people. And then we had people with these big elaborate basement setups, but they were just like, people were engaged because we could ask questions like, oh, well, what's that plant? Or why are you using pink lights over here and white lights over here?
So people submitted photos or short videos, which you compiled into like a slide
Yeah, we did
show.
do a slideshow.
And then as their section came up, they could get up and like.
Yeah, they got to talk about it. And we zoomed it, it's recorded, so like if you go on our Facebook, you'll see the recording, it's a freaking 3-hour Zoom recording. Because we did the whole meeting, because we have several people that, have accessibility issues. So we record the whole meeting so that if they can't make it in for whatever reason, they can at least participate by watching. But that's always fun. We're gonna be doing another one, for our soil. It's literally, we're gonna have one of our members give a very short technical thing about the proper kind of soil mixes and why you need to have different grain sizes and stuff like that. And then everybody's gonna be bringing in their own soil and saying, this is my soil mix and this is why I use it, and have a strike up a friendly competition. We told people they're not allowed to bring weapons.
Oh, I'm allowed to bring one?
Okay.
I think a cacti is a weapon, though.
But I think it's a very highly contentious thing. When you start talking about soil, it's like chicken soup. Like everybody's mama and grandma and nana made the best chicken soup, and it's like nobody's allowed to fight. No weapons. No bad words for people. But we'll be able to see what people have for their soil mixes because they're so different.
Okay. Okay. We'll keep that conversation going over Facebook or email, whatever it may be. But we do have to kind of wrap up soon. Skipping the break, skipping the voting. I will be putting out an email for if anybody has like wanted plans to see if there's anything we can get. I'll do my best to try and get everybody what they want, but no guarantees, obviously.
Do you have to pay for them? Or like what's,
We'll
like
see.
individual, I mean, I think it's like depending on these wholesale lists or like Harmony, if like, I think club members can buy them at whatever our cost was.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's something that I'm just still kind of brewing on, but
Like, I don't think we have to be the sourcers for everyone's.
no, but it's a nice perk to be able.
Well, no, but like someone's like trying to source this, I'm like, yeah, that's a $50-$75 begonia, like we're not gonna be, I don't.
You could do.
Like here's your something like.
Water plants, but you could also maybe get a list of people that have extra plants.
Like if you have so many of
My one that I just.
I mean, if you wanna do like a
10 of them, but.
in search of list and we can say what we're in search of and like see if they're feeling like, oh, I have that, I can give you a cutting or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's entirely possible, yeah. That's probably the best way to do that, but yeah. So it's just more of, in addition to getting what you want, this informs other people that this exists. Because I can't remember Begonia names for the life of me most of the time. But I can see them and tell you what they are. But like, if you just ask me what this one Begonia is, I was like, I don't know. I can look at a baby.
Yeah, let me put Google in.
Yeah. So there's that. We talked about fundraising in spring, fundraising in summer, just more. In Cleveland, there is the Northeast Ohio plant swap, or no, plant purge.
Yeah.
And the leader of that they have a thing every month, for plant sales.
I think I've seen that, because they have on Facebook too or
Yes.
something, I
Yeah,
think
so-
that it looks like they have a pretty good turnout. on those.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's
hundreds of people.
I've never been to one that I'm like, ooh, I think I.
Yeah, so like working with them is also a thing that I plan on doing or trying to do throughout the summer or whenever that comes. You can slow down a little bit. Lauren, we have pretty much already talked about all of this. So far, these are the 3 places that I'm working with people on. Going for the after late spring to summer.
You're already in contact with Nick at Baker's.
I sent them an email 2 days ago.
Be slow to reply on email. He responds fast on like Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I've just been thinking of who I can talk to. And the OSU Germplasm Center, I have been talking to Dr. Ma. She is nearby here, so she can come hear from me and talk to everybody, as well as she's willing to give us a personal tour around.
So we did sign on to that, her letter of support for.
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's already done. I haven't spoken to her to see how that went.
It's probably still in progress, so it's
Yeah.
still in process.
So, we did provide a letter for her.
I think maybe if when we do the next germplasm tour, maybe talk to national ABS, we could, if you guys are gonna record it anyways, make it available to all national members, video or live or the recording of it maybe, because I know it's a significant Begonia collection that most of the rest of the people don't get to see.
Yeah, so, those are some things, and then I guess since we are pretty much at the back end of it.
wanna share some of our-
Yeah, the plants that we brought in.
Well, Mom had a little flood situation in the basement,
Right.
so.
When there's a flood
Freeze
too?
out, right, some backed up.
Yeah, she won't let my stepdad come down there to like look at it, so she's just trying to deal with it on her own and, so this is her contribution for today.
That was the one I put on, I should
You
just
just
post it.
Oh, I meant to like bring in like samples of what you propagated and like how they're doing.
Yeah, so basically, she didn't use any of that, so she,
Because it's a hot mess in there, so we're just letting you know that. You know, this-
And you still have most of your basement, right?
Yeah, it's just, I'm in the middle of
rearranging.
living up and moving and spraying, so I have all the trays on the floor, which was okay, but you know, then you gotta move them to get the water to drain out, and it's just,
And she basically broke her wrist, so.
Doing all that?
Spray, no, I
She sprayed
still got
it.
ice about 10 days ago,
Oh my God.
so it's like, it just,
She's having some troubles.
So should we start flooding you with Lucky 4-Day clover?
Yes.
or something?
Yes. Send her all the good vibes,
the debris between
Oh,
the
like, yeah.
freeze and the flood and yeah.
So what was the name of that one? I saw you posted that recently.
Yeah, plan is, you're welcome to take it if you wanna write it. I had a couple of people put that, they haven't been able to find it, but I thought it was cool because of the names. You know, I got it from Taylor's and it's real small. The leaves look like an accordion when they pop out, it's actually kind of cool. But I like the coloring in it, but all of a sudden it just poofed out where the leaves are really big and I hadn't done that before, it's like, oh, I kind of like this, so, plan something, I have it, but.
Absolutely.
She's like, I'm not sure what I'm. If you guys don't want it, I'll take it.
I got, but you have no.
So I put all my leaf cuttings in here, which was kind of a use mix of my vermiculite, perlite, and charcoal, and then I threw on some, I guess it looks like octagonal clay, and some of that other, what's that? Fluval aquarium junk, and then a little sphagnum moss on top to help kind of regulate humidity. They're all kind of rooted and doing well after a month. I mean, no new growth, but they're all kind of rooted. Everything was still alive. And then I'm like, oh, I should give it a little bit more water. And then I went up a couple weeks later, like everything was melted. And I'm like, I overwatered it. But the Hemsaleas survived, and the Pavonias survived, and then I'm looking at some of these other kind of rotted leaves who haven't really see if they'll shoot up anything. So see, my Hemsaleas have little spots too on their mature leaves, but I think that's what some other begonias, like new baby leaves, immature leaves have spots, but as they mature, the new leaves will be solid.
Something like that before. I wasn't sure.
And then I have my larger, this was the Begonia, which I had in a little tub and it was big. I transmoved it up into a bigger pot a couple weeks ago. And then two, these are the luxurians, little stem cuttings that are doing all right.
Yeah.
I had a bigger one, which I already moved up into a 4-inch pot in my case. And then I have a bunch of the spadas. This was a stem cutting, so that's obviously the biggest. And then this one was a stem with like a node, and it's, you can see like it's got little bunches of leaves coming up from like where that node is. And then the rest are just leaves with a petiole. They're rooted, you can feel, but it's gonna take them a while for new little plantlets to pop up. I mean, they've done it in the past, I know it just takes a while, so that's what's alive from, basically from the Fort Worth evidence we got. And we'll set, if anyone, I guess you lost all yours, some of the terrarium, yeah, we'll bump in some of the terrarium ones I lost.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm in the middle.
If you have any that are still alive, want to trade, I got other stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, most of these are, so this is the metallic one that we got.
I think I see it,
I
because
love
I had it, I don't remember seeing it.
I've got this little, but mine haven't, although I cut them back and they're bushier and smaller, but I haven't had any that the leaves got really big like that. Look how that looks, so, yeah, we're gonna have to let it.
So that one's sitting next to this. This is the Caspitas, right?
Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah. I haven't tried to see if we can propagate it from the leaflets.
Yeah, you can, because I got one.
Um,
Heads.
this one is the foliosa.
Which I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That started as a substantial stem cutting or something?
Yes, so this is just this, I think, I don't remember which one, but one of these two, and I think it was this small one that was the original, that I just put into the thing, and this is a challenge mine.
Yeah, I saw you moved them up. I haven't repotted mine yet.
I haven't either.
Oh.
I did flower and I haven't killed it.
Oh,
Yeah, mine's flowered too. It's not dying, it just, I may do it. Yeah.
This is not from that, I actually got this from Steve Williams.
I have one of those, and,
The herbacea, or
yeah,
herbaceous.
which is kind of, it's been flowering the whole winter.
Yeah, that was new, cause like I didn't, I don't know.
Have you ever had out in ambient?
No.
Or is it a case?
It's in my terrarium next to all these. And then these are the Hemsaleas and Begonia.
This is vermiculite in the charcoal?
So the vermiculite, what's that, black and gold, soil?
Oh wait, I lied. I think I put soil on the bottom and then I put I put regular, my potting soil on the bottom and then I kind of put some of that vermiculite stuff on top. Yeah, it's like, oh my god, the sphagnum does seem to kind of regulate the humidity and extra moisture or something.
This is just looks so cool with the dark green and the,
Yeah. Well, you put a whole leaf down, it looks like.
Yes.
And then I split up mine and the little leaflets
Okay,
made them
so
separately.
This one is the Pavonina and the polygonioides.
This is the one that I had and it was doing well in a groundhog improvement.
A groundhog?
Yeah. Yeah, I put it outside for the summer, and I hadn't had a chance to hang it up because I had 2 little hanging pots and something else that I wanted to hang up. And I just ran out of time that day, so I was like, I'll get them tomorrow. And the groundhog invaded and destroyed half of my foundation, also destroyed that guy.
I had one and it was doing really good. I watered it. Some stuff I put under domes and some I didn't, and it just must have wanted extra humidity because it's looking terrible right now.
So the secret that I figured out, I have infrared lights as well on top of my regular grow lights for begonias.
So that an extra spectrum.
Infrared.
So there's like the UV, blue, green, red, and IR, and then far red light. So this is just giving it more light that will penetrate the canopy, and goes further down to the ground, which is why a lot of begonias are red on the underside. So that captures that light in addition to the green light.
Which I really like.
See, I've noticed, I have those like Farina bar lights, that's like the LED grow lights, and I have like some of them are the yellow, some of the bright white, and then I have another brand that is basically the same thing of like bluish purplish, which is annoying to kind of like look at, but I find I get better color out of my begonias when I try to do that kind of, the one that has that bluish purplish tinge to it.
Yeah, no, that's great. She hates going down into my basement because it's so bright.
Yeah.
Because like I have a 600 watt light that I put over my alocasia and my monstera and stuff like that, and that's also on the side, so the begonias are also getting the light from that. So it's under pretty bright light, but it's not hot.
So your like these you have under like a regular grow light and then the infrared like beside it or something?
It's a separate
Like, okay,
so like those I just keep in that box closed on the shelf.
okay.
And it's just kind of getting like off axis light. So like it's the difference between like standing or the light being here, it's probably right about here.
Oh, that's
So,
right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's really the only thing different. And then the soil mix, there's a lot more vermiculite because what I tend to do in order to stop myself from overwatering, the vermiculite absorbs all of that and then it releases it all slowly over time rather than just.
Yeah, because you don't have any air starlight in here at all, do you? Just
No. I also use worm castings and charcoal.
Okay, I do charcoal, I've never tried worm.
You haven't gotten any mold with it, because I'm always scared to throw it, because I have all the worm castings, but I'm kind of scared to throw it in, like it's too much nutrients or it's gonna cause mold and not much.
I've never had one for worm
I
castings.
use it in like my larger potted ones there.
Yeah, so it keeps them moist for a good long time, especially because the light makes it use that water a lot faster. And then does anybody want this? I have one. I just bought it because it was
Actually, I'd like to try another one. From my agreement session, they had it in Sphagnum, and I had it.
From agree to leave right away as a backup, just in
Okay.
case. It's one of those, like, always have a backup going of
It
it.
was doing okay, and next thing I know, it's like, it's gone, and I'm just like, I just asked you.